Hello, hi friends. Yesterday in previous lecture we have studied about the centripetal force. Today we are going to see a very important point, that is the about the centripetal force, and that is the radius between the or distance between the planet and the sun. There is the question is like that, through that centripetal force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the planet and sun. Means F is directly inversely proportional to the r square. It is we have to prove. How to prove that? If a planet is revolving around the sun in circular orbit. Suppose a planet is revolving around the sun in a circular orbit. You know, all planets are revolving around the sun also. Like this. A planet is in the uniform circular motion. Then centripetal force acting on the planet towards the sun is F equal to mv square by r. It you have seen. F equal to, there is the force, centripetal force is m is mass of that planet, v means the speed of that planet, and r means the distance between the sun and the planet. That is the, let m be the mass of the planet, m be the mass of the planet, v is the speed, r be the distance between the planet and sun, and therefore speed of that planet, that one revolution distance traveled means he has to travel around the circumference of the circle. He has to travel about the circumference of the circle. It must be. Understand? That is the speed v equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. And the distance traveled means circumference. And that is circumference means 2 pi r. Circumference of the circle. You know, that is, you have studied in the last standard. Yes, that is a 2 pi r divided by t. And then, but you know, F equal to mv square by r. And that is put, that is equation 1, equation 2. That is the value of v equal to 2 pi r by t. Put this value in equation 2. This is equation 1 in 2. Therefore, F equal to m into bracket, put here value of v is 2 pi r divided by t, here bracket square divided by r. M into, that square is 4 pi square r square by t square, and it is r, t square gets denominator, and here 2r, here 1r, 1 r get cancelled, remain 4 pi square m r divided by t square. Multiply by r square to numerator and denominator. N means numerator, d means denominator of RHS means right hand side. This right hand side, here r square divided by r square, like that. That is F equal to 4 pi square m original r, and this r square is r cube divided by t square into r square. Numerator denominator multiply by r square. Therefore 4 pi square m divided by r square into r cube by t square. But we know k by k plus law, that is the t square by r cube equal to k. Make reciprocal, because we know we have to value of r cube by r square t square, therefore take the inverse. That is the r cube by t square equal to 1 by k. Here you know that is the, here also 1, therefore 1 by k. Put that value r cube by t square equal 1 by k here. Therefore F equal to 4 pi square m r square into 1 by k. Take k here and r square here. Therefore 4 pi square m by k into 1 by r square. And that is the constant. This whole term, it is constant. And by neglecting the constant, you will get the sign of proportion. Therefore F alpha 1 upon r square is proved. You have to prove that F alpha 1 upon r square means centripetal force is inversely proportional to the r square. That is the very important theorem, important that explanation, proof, and you have to remember all this. Then we have to understand that is the center of the mass. The center of the mass of the earth is at the center. Center of the mass of the earth is at the center. Therefore, that is the gravitational force on any object due to the earth always directed towards the center of the earth. Because why? that is gravitational force directed towards the earth of the center of the earth. Why? Because that is the center of the mass of the earth is situated at the center of the earth, and so that the always that gravitational force directed towards the center of the earth. If we throw any object in upward direction, then gravitational force must be act on the that object in downward direction, so that it will come to the downward direction, and that is the force is called the gravitational force. But suppose we have to we know that the acceleration means, what is the acceleration? The change in velocity is called acceleration. When we throw any object in upward direction, at the time of the throwing it has the highest speed, and then as it go upward direction, its speed going to decreases, and at one time it becomes the zero, and then started to come down towards the earth because of the pull of the gravitational force towards the earth, center of the earth, and it falls vertically downward direction. When that change of velocity, when that occurs the change in velocity, that is called a gravitational acceleration, because that acceleration happens due to the gravity, and it is called a gravitational acceleration. And that gravitational acceleration g, small g, we can denote it small g, and you know that it can be proved that the value of g, you always take the value of g 9.8 for solving every type of the example. But here we can calculate the value of g, and that is the theorem, that is the F equal to g by r square. You know that F equal to g is the universal gravitational constant, m is the mass of the earth, and m is the maybe any mass of any object, and that is the r square. That is the universal gravitational law, and that is the, if suppose that is F equal to g means, you know, that is the universal gravitational constant, that is the 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. M is the mass of the earth, it will be given, that is the 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg, and mass of the any object, that is the mass of the any object will be given, and you can calculate, and r means the distance between the two, that is suppose there is a mass of, that is 1, and that is the r is the radius is also, that is the 6.4 into 10 raised to 6, that is the radius of the, you can calculate it and find the force.